Alright, I have now cleared out pretty much all of Hyde's Tower of Flame except for like 2 enemies. So there's an old knight here. There's a Hyde knight here. And then another old knight up here. This item on the railing. Soul of a nameless soldier and a human effigy. And then there is an old knight standing here, and once you kill him, this lever will come up, and pulling that will make the upcoming boss easier. It'll lift up a platform, the outer ring of that, in that boss room. And if you can actually look in there and see the next boss, that's the Dragon Rider. It says try sniper shot. I don't think you can hit him from here. And then there's a Lloyd's Talisman, not really useful. Actually, you know what? For the hell of it, let's try to snipe at him. Kind of need arrows to do it, though. Yeah, I don't think it works. Alright. And in here are 3 old knights. One has a great sword in the center, and then killing them will also spawn this thing in, and it'll make the outermost ring come up, and so you don't fall in the fucking ocean while fighting the Dragon Rider. Right, and then over here, this is like meant to be. We'll come back here later in the game, but we're not supposed to be like going over here right now. There's a Hyde Knight here and an Old Knight here, and there's a dragon up there. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but here's a Divine Blessing. We may as well grab it. And then there's also a Hyde Knight up there that I did not clear out because he has a spear, and Hyde Knights are pieces of shit when they have spears. Right, and then over here, there's a Hyde Knight that'll lean up against these railings. Down here, there will be another Old Knight, and then a Hyde Knight that is leaning against this chest. And this chest has the Ring of Binding in it. It's basically the Cling Ring from Demon Souls. Less health gets taken from you while you're hollow. Alright, so now we're gonna fight the Dragon Rider. I'm gonna summon Glencore for it. It's a pretty easy boss. Alright. You can pretty much just strafe around him and you'll be fine. Alright, and then the soul that we're given, we can just consume it, because the weapon it gives is not really good, or it falls out of the build I'm going for anyway. So you can then run up these stairs, and once you killed the Dragon Rider as well, all the Hide Knights will start coming towards you. See that one over there? He's mad now. And then there's a bonfire up here, and then there's an NPC over here. This is Lycia, and she sells miracles.
From these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple. I can see that, but the
Alright, yeah, she mainly sells miracles, and I'm not going for miracles at all. So we're literally not gonna buy anything from her, I don't think. But she is important for another area that we're going to go to later. So we have to get her to go to Majula.
I'd heard awful rumors about the king. Gone. I fear it. Why do I need any other? My and sometimes, and being, I expected that without any to a place. Sorry. I expected without it to a sorry. I expect with.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
That means she's gonna go to Majula.
No need for miracles. The gods frown upon such soul scrimpers.
No. I can get by just whacking shit. Alright, and then this way, I believe this leads to a new area. In fact, I am positive it does. So, I'm gonna go down this staircase, and then back here is a monastery charm. And through here, there's an old knight right here, yeah. And greatsword ones are weaker than the other ones. Alright. And then at the end of this hallway, human effigy and dark torch. Was that dark? No, dark Tragus, sorry. Silver Proud Knight and Old Knight Halberd. And then there is a Cyan Knight down here to the left, I believe. Yeah, there you are. Alright, and then here is a Sublime Bone Dust. That's going to be very important. And in here, there's a lift. Everyone's favorite enemy, Basilisk. And we can't go through there yet. Alright, and then I'm going to clear out those enemies just for a sec, and then we're going to go back to Majula. We're back in Majula, so main thing we're back here for is just to level up.
The curse.
Do I have an Estus Flash card? No, I don't. Alright, so let's go for 20 Vigor, 10 Endurance. How much more can I level up? Oh, quite a bit still. I need, at the very least right now, I need to get my ADP better. And then, so it's 92 AGL would be nice. Actually, hang on. I forgot to use one of my soul chunks. Actually, I forgot to use 2. Alright, and then there's a weapon coming up that I do need. There's a weapon coming up that I'm gonna use until I get the weapon I truly want. I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna put ADP up to where I get 92 agility. I think that's a good level for now. I'm gonna have to level attunement because there is gonna be, I need at least one slot for a buff spell that I'm gonna get later in the game, and then I will also need to level int and faith a bit more so I can have the maximum possible duration and strength on that weapon, on that buff. But I'll also need to level strength, dex, ADP a bit more as we go through the game, and probably more vit as well. But this seems a good level to be at for right now. And then I'm gonna hold off on that because I'm gonna get the weapon I want in a bit. I think it's in the next area. So while we're here, may as well show that down here there's Lycia, and actually that's pretty much it. So there's one more thing we need to do before we go to the next area, and that is to use our Sublime Bone Shard, which will increase the effectiveness of the Estus Flask. Or Sublime Bone Dust, sorry. Alright, and then So, next area is No Man's Wharf. And I believe the weapon I am looking for is in this area. Somewhere, I don't remember where. Anyway, I'm gonna clear out the area, and then we'll find the weapon and do all that shit. So, alright, I have now cleared out all of No Man's Wharf, so we're just gonna go through for the items and then fight the boss. So, this area is usually all dark. Those torches, those sconces you see lit, those normally aren't lit. You have to light a torch at the bonfire and then light these sconces individually. So there's usually a hollow right here, a dog right here, 2 hollows in here. I forget, but there's a soldier up here with the Soul of the Proud Knight. And there'll be another soldier here, an archer here, a soldier hanging off the edge right here. And there's a sign for a shade right here, Bradley of the Old Guard. He can basically just help you kill enemies. And in here, large soul of lost undead and a life gem. And then there'll be a hollow here, 2 hollows in here, with dark pine resin, and 2 more hollows in there. A torch hollow in here, iron arrows, and then a soldier that drops down from there. A soldier and a dog here. I think I missed a chest, actually. I believe there's a chest up there. Yeah, right here. This has a Titanite shard in it. Then continuing to go this way, going into this building on the left and going up the stairs. Here's an NPC named Lucatiel.
What is it? I don't know you, and you don't know me. Things are better that way. Normally, people... I'm called Lucatiel, from the lab, you see, and so...
Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to her talk, so...
I don't... You are an odd one. I come, don't hesitate.
Okay. And then destroying these bookshelves. There'll be 3 human effigies behind there. And then going to the right, there will be so there's be like 3 dogs in this area, 2 soldiers, a soldier over here, guardian of Pharaoh's Lockstone contraption. This literally just makes the area brighter, which is useful because this area is dark. And then inside this house, there's a chest over here, which has a bandit axe and a brigand set. And then I'm gonna put the brigand gloves on. I'm not gonna. Then up here, there will be a soldier right here, soldier out there. Rubbish. I think he broke the fucking chest, didn't he? There's supposed to be a repair powder and a titanite shard in that chest. But then there will be another soldier archer right there, and a soldier that pelts you with fire bombs right here. And then jumping over here, there'll be a hollow here, 2 dogs, a soldier in here. I don't believe there's anything in this house. Another soldier here, another soldier in here. And then there's like nothing in this house. Oh, yeah, there's an item up there we missed. This is a large soul of proud knight and a small suit of smooth and silky stone. And then this right here is a bridge. It won't be down at first. You have to make your way over here and kick it down. And there will be a hollow right here, a soldier hanging from the edge right there, a soldier in the water here, and this corpse, human effigy and a life gem. And then we may as well go to the top part of the level. Going up here, there will be a new enemy. They're called Dark Dwellers. There's 3 outside. If you approach them with a torch, they'll react like Reddit moderators and hiss at the light. But then there's like, I think 4 more Dark Dwellers in here, and since it's dark in here, they all attack you better. Right. And this corpse has a large soul of lost and dead and emit force. And then up here are 2 chests. I already looted this one because it has the weapon I wanted to use. The great sword. This thing is a big ass sword. I'm only gonna use it for like boss fights though for right now because it weighs a shit ton. And then this chest is trapped. But it has a silver talisman in it. Actually, how overloaded is this gonna make me? Oh, I'm good, okay. Alright, and then this way, there are 2 soldiers in here. And you can come up here. And then this is a lever for the bell. And pulling that lever will summon the ship. And then dropping down here. This is a life gem and homeward bone. And then dropping down here. And down here, there's going to be a soldier right here. Another soldier hanging from the edge right here. 2 dark dwellers in here. And then a fire arrow on a corpse. And then a suspicious shadow will drop from here. And then another one will drop from here and rush you. There'll be 2 soldiers that's asleep at this table. There's, I forget what was in this chest, because I was looting a bunch of, I was looting some chests trying to find the greatsword. And then this has throwing knife and flame butterfly. This actually is a fake wall. There's a crystal lizard in here. Drops titanite shard and large titanite shard. Here's a fading soul. Soul of a nameless soldier. Large soul of a nameless soldier and a life gem. In this chest is a royal soldier's ring, which is increases the max equip load, which is pretty good. I'll put that over my Chloranthy ring, right, because we'll be able to replace it later in the game. I think there's a fragrant branch of yore in this chest. And then in this house, this is a hidden wall right here. But this chest, I believe, this one, well, there's 2 chests in this room, and they have 3 fire bombs and a large titanite shard. And then there's a soldier here. And then going up these stairs, there's a dude here. His name's Gavlin. And then he's also we can sell shit to him. And then you can also open, this gate is normally closed, you can pull this to open it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the bonfire and we're going to sell all of our excess shit that we have to him, because it actually turns a nice profit. I also forgot to mention inside this house there will be 2 soldiers sleeping here, 2 soldiers sleeping here, one that'll come down from here as well. Alright.
Who are you? Gavlan. Gavlan, what? With Gavlan?
Alright, we're gonna sell him a bunch of shit, so... I can't select multiple, so I'm gonna be here for a bit. Alright, I believe that's everything. Actually, no, there's a few more things I have that I don't need. Gotta find them. The cracked blue eye orbs that the old knights had. I don't need those for anything. Oh my god.
Many.
Alright. Alright. And we got all the loot. So there's an NPC over there, and he sells something that I want. So I'm gonna go over to him.
I sense power. Very well. I am not.
Alright, he sells. I'm not interested in any of this stuff. He sells magic weapon, and I'm gonna use that as my buff spell until we get a better version of it in the later in the game. Okay. Alright, and then that should be it. And now we can fight the boss. I'm just gonna go and upgrade my greatsword real quick, because that is like the weapon I'm gonna be using until we get a better greatsword later in the game. So just gonna go back to Majula real quick.
I knew you.
And then reinforce the greatsword as much as I can. I can only get it to +2 right now, but it's fine.
I'll be around.
And then I will equip it for the boss fight. Yeah, it's gonna make me fat roll, but it's like I'll be a tank, so. Alright, so now back to No Man's Wharf. And I'll probably be using the bastard sword for, like, I'll use the great sword for boss fights and shit until, like, I can actually not fat roll with it and stuff. But I'll use it mainly for boss fights. But then I'll use the bastard sword for, like, clearing out mobs and shit. So we have to summon Lucatiel for her quest line, and she has to survive this boss. Oh wait, I should also talk to the dude so he'll move to Majula later, because we don't want him just fucking staying here. Neither one of you fucking die, please. Don't fall off the edge like I nearly just did.
The force. So use. No.
Please don't. You are standing so close to the edge of
The
Lucatiel.
forces of pity. I suspect sorcery is yet a myth. You scroll, but the power, the untrained. Never forget, young. The forces of men. It is a fitting. I suspect that sorcery. One day.
Well, he's repeating himself, so I hope he will move to Majula. I mean, I don't really need him to. All I wanted from him was magic weapon, that's it. Alright. So on the ship itself, there will be a soldier right there, another soldier here, and then I forget what his name is, but there is a large enemy right here. I think it's Undead Jailer. And then the boss fight is down here. This is the fog wall for it. So this is the Flexile Sentry. Pretty easy boss. That was dumb of me. I do a lot of damage, so hopefully Lucatiel will survive with no issues. It's not even targeting her, so. Bullying Bradley. Bradley's a Chad though. Yeah, I was totally aiming that way, game. Anyway. And then through here. And in here is Fireball and Pyromancy Flame. Not going to use Pyromancy at all though. And then we're going to interact with this and it'll take us to the next area. Soul of a Proud Knight and a Radiant Life Gem in there. And then this is the Lost Bastille. This is a main area. One of the great ones can be found after this area, and it's like own little sub area. But we're gonna go back to Majula and level up. How long has this video been going? 30 minutes. At least this section of it. Alright. So we're going to use all the soul chunks. And then I will consume the Flexile Sentry Soul because I have no use for it.
Bear, seek lest this.
Alright, let's raise, well, how far can I go up for right now? Level 96. Okay. I'm going to level attunement to 10 so I can get that one slot I need. Level strength 2 times. ADP's fine for now. Vigor to 30. Yeah, this'll work. I don't have a shard. But now I can one-hand the greatsword if I really need to. If I need to respec, I will. And then I'm going to attune. No, not that. Not that. Not that. I'm going to attune magic weapon. And then just put on a sorcerer's staff in my left hand. Okay. What else? I don't have any Titanite shards, I don't think. I have 2, but I need 3 to upgrade the greatsword again. Okay, so that's gonna do it for now. Bye. Alright everyone, so last time we did make it to the Lost Bastille, but there's actually another way to get to the Lost Bastille, and the way we got there is just mainly for convenience sake. So we have to come back to the Forest of Fallen Giants, and then since we did defeat the last giant, this door right here that we couldn't get through, we can open it with the soldier key. And then there'll be some royal swordsmen up here. I'm not going to clear these guys out, it doesn't matter. And you just sold the name of soldier and 3 life gems. And then through this area, you remember the pursuer? Well, this is like his actual boss room. Alright. Pursuer's pretty easy, I just didn't want to fight him as early as you could have. So he has a unique gimmick to him, like, he has secret attacks with his curse. The only way he can, like, There will be a specific impale attack you have to watch out for. That one. That's the attack you have to watch out for, otherwise he'll curse you and he'll get buffed. But it's pretty easy to beat him, like he's not hard at all. Even when you're fat rolling like my dumbass. Like you can just strafe around him and you won't get hit by that. Oh shit, I might die. I can't be saying he's easy and then die like an idiot. There we go. And then he drops the Soul of the Pursuer and the Ring of Blades. Which is very good because it increases physical attack. Where am I gonna put it though, is the question. Obviously need this. Gonna need that. I'll put it there for now. Might change it though. Okay, and then down this broken section here, we couldn't get here earlier, but now we can, is the Drangleic armor sets. So, and we can put that on. Although I am like, I'm very overloaded now. That's the problem. Well, yeah, 106.3%. With the bastard sword, I'll still be overloaded. Like I'll still be fat rolling. I mean, it's. Just level vigor and I'll have to deal with it for now. Alright, and then we can go to the Lost Bastille from that, but I'm going to clear out those enemies, actually. So, be right back. Alright, now that I've cleared out this section up here, we can be transported to the Lost Bastille. So what you have to do is go past the Pursuer's boss arena. And then there's this nest right here. And examining it, we'll start a cutscene. We're whisked away by the pursuer's bird. Now we're in the Lost Bastille. So, these two chests have human effigies and a dull ember. Dull ember lets us infuse, but we're not going to infuse anything until I get the weapon I want. And there's also a bonfire in here. Alright, and then we gotta clear out this area, so BRB.